Looks like old Donnie.
It is indeedy.
Hey! Thought it might have been you, Don.
Yeah, good.
There you go, mate.
Don, Simon, how are you, mate? Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, good, mate. That's the go. Thought we'd come and say g'day.
No, good on you, yeah.
And the big red.
Yeah, big red.
She's big, wide, open land out here.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah, so this is all your country,
Yeah,
yeah?
mate, this is where I live, and this is my traditional land. My people have been here for thousands of years. I'm a Wanganura man,
Yeah.
and this is my country. All this country through here.
Don has a wealth of knowledge on the area as a Wanganui elder and National Park ranger.
Yeah, growing up was totally different to today. Like, I grew up in a situation where, you know, the white people had just come into the country, so we were taken away from our, you know, our everyday life and changed our lives from there to now. But since I had this job with, you know, with National Parks, I've been able to revisit my past, and I think I'm the only Aboriginal ranger in the country that looks after his own traditional lands, and I think that's a pretty important thing, not only for me but for my people.
Now, something that amazes me out here is how the desert people found water and navigated. Don explains.
You know, the Dreamtime story was always about learning about the country, and in those stories it told you how to navigate in the day and at night. You know, the nighttime stories were talked about how you navigated by using the stars. On the ground it talks about the landscape, walking from this point to the next. The next part in my story might be the point of that big Juno that looks like the head of a goanna. So it'll be in my story, so when I look across there I see the head of the goanna. So I walk toward that, and of course the story goes on and I look out for the next part of the story, which is in the landscape. All the country depends on water, as you know, and so all our stories are connected to water. So all the story across the Simpson is about tracking toward water. But in the meantime, or at the same time I should say, about, you know, looking after the land. You know, we had seasons that coincided, you know, with migrating birds, for instance, or the flowering of plants, like the flowering of the acacia and the gestation periods of the kangaroo is when you could kill and when you couldn't kill. So we had a perfect kind of situation that we cared for our environment and our animals according to the season.
There's a funny story that I've heard that apparently you had to remove the first ever croc in the desert.
Yeah, well, that's true, yeah. And my local name was Crocodile Dundee. And so as Crocodile Dundee, I would, you know, go down that river each day and monitor and track the crocodile up and down the creek. And I think in the end he gave up more than we caught him. So we cornered him and jumped in the river and caught him and sent him off to Dream World in Brisbane. So,
what do you think of these two guys from All for Adventure rocking up here, trying to charge you a sand dune?
Been sitting on the journey watching you guys come up there with your big caravans, and I tell you what, it's a really brave move. There's four-wheel drivers, and I reckon you guys fit in the, you know, the list where you you know, take on these challenges and make it happen.